Hi friends, how are you? Happy Story Kit Crush Friday. I get asked all the time how I print like a wide format photo since I don't have a large format printer. And so I figured I would quickly show you guys how I did this. So I've already filmed my project, but after, editing the video, I decided to go ahead and add this little bit in the beginning. So you're going to watch this. This is going to take like 2 minutes, and then we will go to the rest of the process. So I have this photo of my family. And I'm going to quickly show you how I do a large format print across 2 pages with an 8.5 by 11 printer. So the first thing you need is your canvas. So when I'm doing a large photo, I like to do 13.5 by 8.25 because that gives me two 6.75 by 8.25 pages. And the reason hot corners will be the death of me. The reason I have my guide markers in is because you'll see in the project, but I need to make sure that nobody's getting blocked off by anything that I'm doing. So you just start with your picture. I am not going to do the guide marks and everything else. I'm just going to quickly show you how you print on 2 pages. So let's pretend that this is the right size. So the first thing you need to do is merge this to your background. So you need your photo to be part of your background layer for this to work. So I just hit Command E, selected both of my layers, and locked it down to the background. The only thing you need to do now is crop. So you hit your crop tool, and my crop ratio is automatically set at 6.75 by 8.25 because I do this all the time. And then you hit enter to lock your crop ratio, and then you just move it around. So I'm going to put it all the way at one edge first, and you just want to make sure you go edge to edge. You hit enter, and then you would print this, right? And then you would hit Command Z, you would undo this, you would crop again, and then same thing, hitting enter. You want to hit enter until you have this grid mark. And then this time you would go to the other edge, making sure to go edge to edge, hit enter again, and then print this. And that is how you take a wide format print on 2 pages. So you would print your 2 pictures, you would trim them down, and then you would go to assembling. So I hope this helps because I get asked this all the time. And now you guys see how I do it. It's not like something terribly difficult. So I hope that helped. Friends, happy Story Kit Crush Friday. I have another story in the gratitude for documenting gratitude, and I have this large photo of my family that I printed 13.5 by 8.25. That's gonna work. Okay, I wasn't sure if this was gonna work or if this was gonna stick out too much, but it's gonna work. So I have this large photo of my family that I printed 13.5 by 8.25, and then I have some cardstock that I've MacGyvered to be 13.5. This is just 8.5 by 11 cardstock that I thought I MacGyvered to be 13.5, but I didn't. It's too small. I probably should have checked this before I turned on the video. This is too small. Okay. Never mind. I will be right back. I'm going to go get another piece of cardstock that is actually 13.5 and come right back. Okay, so I'm back. So I now have a 13.5 inch piece to start working. So here is my pretty much idea for this spread today. So I have this large photo, and I printed the photo to be primarily top heavy so that you could see everyone's faces. And I'm going to do some journaling across the bottom of the picture. Now, my journaling is handwritten because I will tell you why my journaling is handwritten. I was really tempted to do this digitally so I could type the journaling on. But since we're in the interest of crushing our kit and using stuff up, and that is hoarder mentality kicking in, I chose to handwrite my journaling. I normally don't handwrite on my layout just as I don't like my handwriting, but I did it anyway. And then I did a longer story that I'm going to tuck in back here like a pocket. So that is the plan. 1, 2, 3. I need one more piece. So I'm going to do that and probably put some sort of embellishment on that. Okay, so I think we're all set. So that's the plan. So here is pretty much the basis of my layout. I think I'm going to skedaddle and stick this together off camera because this might just be really tedious. I'm going to put this one down in the center so I know for sure that that's where I want to start them because I've done this configuration probably 4 or 5 times. before I actually turned on the camera to do this. Also, you guys are gonna be so proud of me. I actually cut my journaling cards. So these 3 are not ones that I printed. These are the physical card, and I cut them up because, again, we're using our stuff. And Tashiana is kicking the hoarder mentality this year. And also, if I really want the card, I can just print it again. That is, I put too much adhesive on this. I'm gonna swap that out with this one because there's too much adhesive on it and it's gonna stick to my photo. That is hoarder mentality, and we are kicking hoarder mentality this year. And like I was saying, if I really wanted this card again, Allie's kits, I have the digitals for all of them. So if there's ever a card I am like absolutely desperate for that I've cut up or that I've used, I can always reprint them, which is, I'm trying to sell you guys on hybrid, guys. Hybrid is amazing. So, all right. So I'm going to quickly skedaddle and assemble these, which, oh, I put too much adhesive on this one too. Okay. I'm going to have to swap this one. Yeah. So I'm going to have to quickly skedaddle and do this and like just be mindful of how much adhesive I'm putting on these, just so they don't stick to the photos, and it'll just be easier if I'm not trying to talk while I'm doing it. So I will be right back. Okay, so there we go. So I have glued down all my bits and pieces. I have cut it at 6.75. Here is what my layout's gonna look like, and you still have everybody's faces sticking over, and then my journaling is going to sit right in here, which is perfect, again, because you're not losing anyone's faces. Or do I wanna put it on this side? I don't think it matters which side I put it on. When I had designed it to go here, which is why there's 2 extra like little higher pieces on this side and this side, so that the journaling can have like a pocket. So I'm going to put it on that side because that's just the way I designed the layout, but I don't think there's any like rhyme or reason to which side I put it on. So I'm going to quickly create my pockets. I am using my Scotch tape runner today. Ooh, did I lose a piece? I did lose a piece. I'm using did I lose a piece? I don't know if I lost this piece. There's so many like intricate little pieces to this, to make sure that my hexagons are fully fleshed out. So I've been doing like some little surgery and like, chopping off pieces from the edges and sticking them down, but I think I have all my pieces. Yeah, so I'm just using my Scotch tape runner today because it's fast. No real rhyme or reason. There we go. So this one, like I said, like you saw, I left a pocket. So I only put adhesive down on the edges. So now there's a pocket to hold a little bit more words. And I might actually take off a little bit off the top of this because it's covering a little bit more than I'm happy with. And then this, go away. This one, I'm going to stick down completely. And I'm probably using way more tape than I need. This is why I'm always out of tape, you guys, because I just use way more tape than I need to stick things down. Okay. All right. Good. And the moment of truth, I'm going to punch holes in this. My hole punch and I have not been seeing eye to eye these last few days. So now when I punch holes with the covering mechanism off. Oh, I might not be able to do it. I'm gonna have to punch these holes by hand because since there's so many layers on this, it is too thick for me to put through my hole punch. I'm gonna have to punch holes in it by hand later. Okay, so here is the base of my layout, and I think that actually looks pretty good. I don't have to do much more to it, but I do have some more words. So I'm gonna take off I left a lot of top space for stamping, but I think I left too much top space. So I just took off a bunch of that, and let me get some purple tape to mask my text. I recently discovered purple tape. I don't know, like I keep discovering new things about like making like paper crafting and stuff, and it makes me wonder what I was doing. Every time I find something new, it makes me wonder like how I lived life without it. Do you guys ever have that happen where you find something that's not new but new to you? And it makes you wonder what you were doing before you had that thing. That's how I feel about purple tape. That's how I feel about this Stamper Secret Weapon. That's how I feel about purple tape. I don't know. I use purple tape all the time with die cutting, which is how it was introduced to me. Like I saw a bunch of people who do cool things with die cutting using purple tape. Just trying to figure out what I want to stamp. I think I'm going to go with Thankful. So that's how I was introduced to it. And I do a lot of like die cutting like little alphas, which gets really annoying when they're running away from you. So purple tape is a lifesaver. You know what's missing, you guys? My stamp chamois. I thought I had everything, but my stamp chamois is missing. So I couldn't find my stamp chamois. I'm not sure where it has grown legs and walked away to. So I'm just using a good old baby wipe to clean my stamp between ink colors, which works fine. My stamping is steadily getting further and further apart. Every time I do repeat stamping like this, like the first few go really well, and then by the time I'm at the end, like my pattern has just completely changed. But I just wanted to stamp Thankful across the top. I used some scrapbook.com inks. I'll link the colors in the description. I had pulled out 4, but I only ended up using 3 of them. But I used Cardinal Red, Daffodil, and Coastal Storm. We will remove our purple tape. Look at that masking. It is perfect. And there we go. And I'm kind of glad that I cut off some of that extra white space, because I think, like, I left it hoping to do the masking like I did, but I think I left too much, and this is the perfect amount for you to see it. So the point is, so you see it back here and pull it out, but also I didn't want to leave too much and it was covering my family's faces. So from here, we're going to do some very minor embellishing, and then that is pretty much the project done. Super quick and easy. I love these story kits for telling, I want to put that there. That says gather, and it's yellow, and it's the perfect color for everything else going on. I love these story kits for telling stories like this. Also, I love having big photos because they don't require a lot of work. The photos are super impactful. You just have a photo, you add some words, and then that's your, your scrapbooking done. I love scrapbooking when it's easy. Don't get me wrong, I like doing the complex stuff as much as the next girl. You guys know I like my die cutting and all the other stuff, but I also like the easy stories. It doesn't always have to be hard. Oh, I pulled this out to put it here, and then I started putting it somewhere else. Okay, good. So I have a single bit of chipboard. Let's just put that back in there, make sure it works. See, it works perfectly. It fits right in there. Okay, so now we're just going to work on embellishing the rest of this page. I'm going to add a few more bits of chipboard. I have almost completely killed this chipboard sheet. And that is what happens when there's chipboard with a lot of banners. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Watch last month, how I was not, I don't want to use the word struggling, but let's be honest, I was struggling with the chipboard. If you give me a chipboard set full of banners like this, it goes so stinking fast because I love shapes like this. I am going to save a few more though, because I do have, there's only one more project for April. What is today? I don't even know anymore. I've done 3 so far, so unless April has 5 Fridays, there should only be 1 more project. Now I'm gonna have to look at a calendar as soon as we're done to see if April has 5 Fridays. But I should only have 1 project left. Okay, so I have this acetate piece, and I want to put it somewhere, but I also don't want it to get lost in everything else. So maybe I won't use it, because there's nowhere I can figure out where to put it, where it'll, I want it to stand out. But I just don't know where to put it. I'm going to leave it because there's already a lot going on this page, so I'm not going to put anything else. I will save it for a future layout. I really wanted to put that acetate piece, but there's already so much going on that I'm just going to leave it alone and not add anything else. But I love all the colors. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more. Where's my glue? I love the colors in the gratitude kit, and I love having all these colors on this page. For this picture, we were instructed to all wear red, white, and denim. So it's kind of perfect that we're all wearing the same color, because then I can put a bunch of color on the photo, and then I have the trees and stuff in the background. It just really worked out. All right, so I'm going to stop and take a look at this for a second, see where it is, see if I like it. just double check and see if I want to add anything else, because we do still have the heart stickers. The thing about introducing one shape, you guys know, if I introduce the shape once, I got to put it in a bunch of other places. So I might not. But since we have circles, I can add another circle. So maybe I'll add one of these rubber circles. Oh, what does this one say? Simply the best. I like that there. Okay, I'm going to add one of these rubber circles. I'm going to be lazy and not dig out my red line tape because I do not want to deal with it. I'm probably going to regret this in like 5 minutes when this falls off. But for the sake of the video, we're just going to stick this on now. And I will probably go back and add the red line tape later, because my favorite adhesive for these rubber embellishments that I know works is red line tape. So for the sake of the video, I'm just going to stick that on, but I'm going to go back and add the red line tape later. All right, so I think that is the project. I am super happy with how this came out. I think this is super cute. I like the hexagons. You guys know hexagons, well, if you don't know, hexagons are one of my favorite shapes to play with. I used hexagons all over in my December daily. I've used hexagons in my scrapbooking for a really long time. I really enjoy this shape. So I was super happy when the gratitude kit came in the mail and it had all these funky hexagons to play with. And I think I only have, I don't know where I put them, but I think I used all of them. I think I used all of them except 2. Like I think, no, 3. There's a navy, a pink one, and a blue one. So maybe I'll make an effort to use that on my next page so I can really crush this kit. I am powering through the gratitude kit because these embellishment shapes are my favorite to play with. So I'm really working through it. So that's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to head to Krystal's video to see what she made this week. I saw her project and I love it. So don't forget to head to her video to see what she made this week. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Let me know what you're grateful for in the description box. And so till next time, keep your crafting. Have the best day, and I will see you around. Bye!